All
Oh, there he
right.
is.
Are you still here?
Hey,
How's it going?
what's up?
All right. So I just gave everyone a little bit of a heads up on my side.
You tell him how much you hate me.
Of course, that was the first thing I said. So I know you and I have talked about this for a little bit, and let me actually, for the first time ever, put the actual Melkys Corner scene up on
Oh, I'm
my
excited to see
stream
this.
here. So there you
Chat, get
are.
hyped.
Your mug is on
Oh,
there.
that's so cool. I love that.
Yeah. So
Oh,
there
and
we are.
it's motion too.
Yeah, there's a
That's
little bit of motion in
that's
there.
so cool. I
So
love that. Hi, Evil's chat. I'm Fusco98. If y'all are wondering, that's me.
all right. So once again, just thank you so much for doing this. I know,
No problem, man.
you know,
Sorry I was late, chat. By the way, this being late is completely my fault. I drove back from Massachusetts today, and I was stuck in 2.5 hours of traffic. So it's not his fault.
it's all good. We can't blame you for the traffic. So I know you and we've talked a little bit about this, but we haven't talked too much about kind of what's going to happen here. So basically, just so you know, like it's not supposed to be a serious thing. So goofing around and having fun is kind of part of this. But I have some questions that I got lined up for you. I want to kind of go through. Done a little bit of research on you outside of what I already knew. So hopefully we'll be pulling out some stuff that you are definitely not expecting.
I'm excited.
And we kind of got this in like 3 or 4 different segments. So it hopefully won't be too long. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but
I got all the time in the world for you. I got all the time in the world.
That's awesome. Well, once again, really appreciate you being here. Just kind of went through what we're going to do, but I wanted to give you first an opportunity to kind of introduce yourself, let people know who you are. And then, like I said, I got some questions for you. I'm excited about.
Sweet. All right. Well, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris Fusco, also known as Fusco98 on Twitch. I have been streaming for a very long time, a lot longer than I wish to admit. I actually started streaming by accident. I had an Xbox One that I used to stream off of with like the Kinect, like everybody else. And I hit go live not knowing exactly what it meant, and then some dude popped into my chat and I was like, why am I getting messages from this random person? He's like, do you not know that you're streaming? I was like, on Twitch? And he's like, yes, you're streaming on Twitch. I was like, I know.
That's awesome.
And he was like, oh, well, he's like, I really like your Destiny armor. I was like, oh, thanks, man. And he's like, well, how long have you been playing for? I was like, oh my God, like I've been playing Destiny 2 since the alpha for Destiny 1. He was like, no way, like you're an alpha tester. And I was like, yeah. I was like, game was kind of garbage during the alpha testing. I mean, there wasn't really much to do. I was like, but I loved it. And I was like, I can't wait to see where like this goes. And then I kind of looked a little bit more into streaming because I was like, wow, I actually really liked interacting with that person. And then I made a Twitch, like I made like a Twitch logo, like I got a profile picture, and then I started streaming off my Xbox for like 2 months. I got like 20, 30 followers on Twitch. I had like this 1 or 2 regulars that would come back, and then I met my best friend Tyler. Nice. Like not too much longer after that, when I went to Hofstra for the first time. And he was the one who got me into PCs. Like he had a PC. He let me play Fortnite on it for the first time, you know, like when Fortnite was good. But that's a story for a different day. And he's like, why don't you just get one? He's like, you said you stream, right? I was like, yeah, but I don't like have a consistent schedule. He's like, well, you seem like you really like it, so why don't you just get one? I was like, all right. So saved up a little money. About 8 or 9 months later, I bought my first pre-built, and then I started streaming like on a consistent schedule. Got a little bit more of a following, and now I do it basically full time, like 4 days a week. I don't know if 4 days a week is considered full time, but like 4 days a week is a lot.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
I love it. And I love it. I love every moment of it. And I've been gaming since I was like, I remember playing Halo Combat Evolved on the original Xbox at my grandma's house when my uncle lived there. Like me and Jack, who is, if you guys have watched my stream, see me play Warzone, is Root Beer Monster. Me and him have been gaming since we were kids.
Oh,
like
wow.
we used to play Halo multiplayer on my uncle's Xbox at my grandma's house every weekend. We played all the time. And then I convinced my parents when I was like, I think I was in 8th grade, to buy me my first Xbox 360, and I lived on that thing. Like all my friends and we lived, like we played Halo 2. Like Halo 2 was the big one that we played. And then when Halo 3 came out, every day we were playing Halo 3 every day, to the point where I was like, I was like, okay, we need to like go outside.
Yeah.
Then we started like we would go to my friend's house, like we would go outside for like a few hours, and all night
Mm-hmm.
we would LAN party all night. He had a huge basement. He'd set up folding tables with TVs on them. I'd bring
Mm.
my Xbox over and we would play all night. That's what like really got me into like loving gaming, loving competitive gaming, especially. Like I love esports.
Yeah.
Like esports is some of the craziest shit to watch on Twitch.
Yeah. It's interesting. So you kind of mentioned a couple things there. I actually got built my first gaming PC because my friend, uh, he really was trying to talk me into it, and he was like, "Hey, come play the Destiny 2 beta on my PC at my house."
It's so bad.
And then the moment you play that, you're gonna want to get a PC. And I had played it, I think, on my Xbox. I had played it on there, and then I like went to his house like that day and played it on his PC, and was like, "You're absolutely right. Like this is so much better." So I literally built my PC just to play Destiny 2.
Yep. I built my PC to play Fortnite and Destiny 2. And like I was like, I might go competitive in Fortnite, and then game sucks.
It's Fortnite. And then the other thing is, I do remember when I was a little, man, the same as you, like we used to bring, our PS2s to each other places' house, and or your Nintendos, and just sitting, those all nighters with your friends, just playing, Super Smash Brothers or some game.
So much Smash.
Yeah. And so many arguments from Smash.
I kind of feel bad. I like almost feel bad for the new generation of gamers because they'll experience that to a point, but they'll never understand it the way.
Oh no, there's nothing like split screen 2-player. Like,
oh my god,
just going at it and everything.
And when you had to settle beef, you settled it on the console. That's how you settled it. Yeah. Like I remember me and my friend got in an argument. I was like, all right, Halo, you and me right now. That's how we're settling this, and we settled it. I was like, best 2 out of 3.
Arguing like, don't look at my controller when I'm picking my Madden play, because you're literally on the same screen. You can see where they in the playbook they were.
Screen sniping.
Yeah.
Like screen sniping or screen peeking.
But you had no option at all.
Yeah.
So you actually took my next question, which is why do you want to be a streamer? But so again, I told you I did some research here, and I came across what seems to be a older Fusco YouTube channel.
Which one?
And
there's 2 of them.
Oh, I came across the one that had a lot of clothing unboxing. And you had some videos on there that hit like 70-something thousand people watching you.
I think you're talking about the Union House, the UNHS unboxing.
Yeah, you had a couple on there that they got some views. So what made you want to switch from doing something like that where it looked like you had some success? And we're talking 3 years ago, right? Some of your videos there were like posted 3 years ago. So I know a lot can change in 3 years, but like I said, you were doing some pretty good numbers on that channel. So, it's not a huge change, because I do think a lot of clothing and gaming go together, especially nowadays, right? You see, Ninja has his, gamer hoodies that sell out like crazy, and Tim and Faye. I mean, everyone's doing clothing drops, but what made you want to kind of switch from that and kind of put your focus more on the gaming side of things?
It's funny that you bring that up, because I'll tell you the other channel that actually, I'll tell you the other channel first. I was actually into music. I still am. Mm-hmm. I just don't have a lot of time to do it anymore. And music production is very time consuming. I made a music video on a mashup that I did of my favorite artist's name is Porter Robinson. Like I live and breathe by like his music. Like he was the one who inspired me to become a music engineer and become a music producer and learn how to DJ, learn how to mix, learn how to produce and stuff like that. What interests me so much about his music is that during his concerts, he plays his songs, but in different versions that are not originally on the album. This created something known as a remake culture. Mm-hmm. So there's a bunch of artists who are pretty big today that got big off of remaking the concert edits that everybody wanted to have on their iPods and iPhones without the crowd noises.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
I remember that. Yep.
So I have a YouTube channel called Chris Fusco Music with my logo next to it. I posted one video. One. I didn't check it for a year.
Oh, wow.
I come back a year later, it had 4.3 million hits on it.
Wow.
And I was like, what? I had 4,000 subscribers, and I was like,
On
um,
one video.
and people were like posting in like just the discussion tab, like, when is he coming back? When is he coming back? And I responded, and this
Mhm.
is what I responded. I was like, look, I love you guys for the support you've given me on this, but I'm gonna be real with everyone. This is not my number one thing I want to do. I was like, I love that you guys love the, the thing that I did on here. I love that you guys love the music video. The music video, I took apart a lot of other things that I had and made a music video out of it.
Mhm.
And that's what everyone loved. I was like, I love that you guys love this, but I'm going to be real with y'all. I am a streamer.
Yep.
I was like, I enjoy it so much more. I enjoy interacting with people. And I was like, maybe I'll live stream on this YouTube someday. And I was like, I do want to post more music. I would love to post more music, but my thing is I need to sit down and actually do it.
Mhm.
Like I can't like start a song and then finish it 6 months later. I have to do it then and there because that's when the flow is gonna come
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
So what goes to your question, like with that channel and the other channel, is like I liked doing IRL content. I wanted to be a vlogger at one point, just because it kind of goes with the streaming thing of like me wanting to talk to people.
Mhm.
Like there's vlogs of like a couple people who are in my chat right now of that we did when we were kids, like skateboarding and clothing, because that was what I was into. Like my friend Sam, who I don't know if Sam's in chat. Sam, if you're in chat, what's up? Sam started a brand called Adolescence, and I was working on that with him for a long time. And then like I went to college, and then he started pushing it more. I didn't have time to do it, like whatever. But that was my main passion. My original passion was I wanted to start my own skateboard brand, and I wanted to be a music producer. And then I own a gaming org now, and that like is all that stuff still on the table? Absolutely. Like
Mhm.
it will never not be on the table. Like the stuff with Shadowpoint, which I'm sure we're going to talk about at some
Mhm.
point, is I want to incorporate the knowledge that I have with fashion and gaming. Because the thing is, like, yes, I have a lot of fashion knowledge. Like, I'm really into Supreme. I
Mhm.
love Antisocial Social Club. I also love a ton of underground brands. Like, the whole Supreme thing is a different story for a different day. It's like it was a skate company, now it's a designer brand.
Yep. Yep.
Shit happens. Like that's
Mhm.
just how it goes. Like there's a demand for it, and Louis Vuitton saw that as an opportunity and they invested $500 million into it. So that's just the thing.
Just a half a
But
billion
like,
out of nowhere.
yeah, just a half a billion.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I still love to do all that stuff. I just love screaming into a microphone playing Call of
Yelling at
Duty.
Warzone,
Oh my god.
quitting every
Like
other day.
as much as that game pisses me off, there is nothing I love more than watching myself and like, god damn it, I am an idiot for getting this mad at this game. But you're passionate about it.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I believe that people need to follow their passions.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yes, could I go back to making music and get a bunch of people to like my and get a bunch more subscribers on that channel with the flow that it has? Absolutely. Am I gonna do that? Probably not
Yep.
until like I'm ready. If I had the idea of like if I do go back to it, I'm gonna post like a song a month,
Mm-hmm.
and then at the end of the year I'll put it in. I'll like release an album.
Mm-hmm.
Like just I want to be that that channel that people can go to and like when it comes out it's good. And
Yeah.
then like I'm
It's
gonna
an
be like,
event.
look, I don't like I'll be like, look, I don't want any money from you guys. Just enjoy it.
Yep.
Like just enjoy it. Like I probably won't even post it on Spotify and iTunes. If it does well enough that like the demand is so high I can't ignore it,
Yep.
any person in their right mind would. But I would rather my music be free. Like look at Chance the Rapper. He puts out 3 albums completely free and has 3 Grammys.
Yep.
So that argument's kind of flawed.
Yeah.
And
Or bring it
he's
back to streaming and Harris Heller,
Yeah.
what he's done with Stream Beats and
Oh my
making
god, yeah,
more
especially
money.
Harris Heller.
Yeah, making tons of money and it just giving it basically away to let people do it. And it's kind of interesting what you said there about yeah, you had a couple different hobbies and things, but you decided to do what you quote unquote love doing versus the thing that, hey, yeah, I could get, I have a good following here, I could probably post another video and double my subscribers or whatnot, but
Mhm.
if you're not going to enjoy doing it, then is it really worth it, right? And I think there's a lot of people that
Yeah.
spend so much time and end up burning themselves out to a point where they don't enjoy it anymore because they did it chasing the numbers maybe more than actually enjoying what they were doing on a
And
day-to-day
I think
basis.
that has a lot to do with like you just said it, like Harris Heller. Take Harris Heller for example. Take Ludwig for example.
Oh, jeez.
Like, yeah, like look, everyone gives Ludwig a lot of shit. He is one of the smartest
Oh, yeah.
streamers out right now. And if you have not seen his video on like he made a video on like how to become a good streamer.
Mm-hmm.
He says the second thing he said was like quit.
Yep.
He's like, just quit. And he's like, and I'm only telling you this because if you don't love what you are doing, you're never going to make it chasing a paper check. Go work a 9 to 5. He's like, if you are in it to make money, go work a 9 to 5. That's like, and I was like, holy, he's right.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, he is right. I was like, he's completely right. Because I feel the same way about all the other stuff I do. Like, I have friends who are completely, utterly bad, crazy about music, and that's just not me.
Yep.
Like, I love gaming. Like, I love playing competitively. Like that, it's what it gives me the high I've always wanted, or like it gives you the adrenaline or the energy or the rush. Like, that's what it is for me. And like having something to be proud about. Like, even if one of my videos don't do well, as long as I'm happy with it, that's all that really matters at the end of the day. And like, yes, everyone's doing it because they want to be a full-time streamer. Like, will I be a full-time streamer? I don't know. Will you be a full-time streamer? We don't know. Like, I hope we are. Like, but that's why we're doing it, because we could sit here all day and wonder, and then you're just like, okay, I wondered, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, 10 years from now, you're thinking, man, I never even gave it a shot.
Yeah.
And I mean, going back to that YouTube channel you told us about, you posted one video, didn't look at it for a year, and came back and it blew up, right? So, that's one of the things that I think, something I've been trying to work on personally is just putting the content out there. You're never going to have a YouTube video actually do well if you don't put out YouTube videos, right? If your YouTube channel is blank, nobody can see it. Nobody's going to watch anything. So that's one thing I think a lot of people also sometimes struggle with is, you got to put the content out there and hopefully look at it as a learning opportunity, right? I guarantee you go to some of these huge YouTubers and you go back to their first ever YouTube video, if they still even have it up on the channel, because a lot of them will take it down after a while. Yeah. But if you go and you can find a true, like, this is our first video, and you watch it and then watch their latest one, you're going to be like, oh, wow, that there's look
at FaZe.
Yeah.
FaZe's first video compared to what they are doing now is absurd. It's absurd how big FaZe is but the thing is, they put the time in. Yep. They grinded for it. And like a lot of people give me for liking FaZe. I'm like, how do you not like them?
Yeah.
I was like, yes, okay, they're supposed to be the bad guys of esports, but you gotta respect that.
Yep.
Like, they did it themselves. They didn't get any handouts. They didn't get $1 million investments until they proved themselves. Like Temper, Apex, like even all the FaZe guys who aren't that prominent. Like FaZe Dirty has been there since the beginning, and he has like an average viewer of like 200.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, you can make a living off that. He has enough subs to make a living off it, and yes, he has a FaZe contract. Like, but you gotta respect what they've done, and that's why I like them. I respect them, and I love their creators. Like, I think Nick Merckx is kind of an ass sometimes, of course, but he makes me laugh.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh. Like, they are great entertainers. Like, I've been watching FaZe Scope for 8 years before he was FaZe Scope. When he got into FaZe, I lost my mind. I was like, if anybody deserves it, it's him.
Yeah.
I was like, it's been 8 years, almost 10. I was like, this kid has been grinding since day one, and he deserves it. I was like, these are the people get into FaZe. And I was like, and everyone needs to take note of that.
Well, and FaZe did it before. Like, other people are having an easier time because of what FaZe did. Now
FaZe paved the way.
There's money. People realize there's money there. So now people outside of gaming are starting to get in it. And
Optic, look at Optic. 100 Thieves would be absolutely nothing
without Optic.
Without Nadeshot.
Yeah.
And Optic, like, Hex wearing a 100 Thieves shirt the other day. Like, he loves his boy, bro.
Yeah, they
Like,
do a lot
that's what it
together.
is.
All right. So you actually mentioned another thing that I had known about you that I wanted to ask, but that's skateboarding. So best trick. What did you
My
get? What did
best
you have
trick.
for us?
Oh man. I wish I had more time to skate. I still do. Like, I do it when I can. I'm actually trying to get back into it. Like, the start of this month. Like, this month I was like, I'm gonna start going to the skate park like twice, 3 times. Hardest trick I ever did. Oh man, that's a really hard one because I've done some stuff that like I didn't think I could do. The hardest trick I probably have ever done. It's actually funny how it happened because I landed it by accident.
Accident. Yeah, I
It
was
was
waiting for
accident.
that.
So there's this like this three set like near where I'm actually living currently that has a ledge on the side of it. So for those of you who don't know what a feeble grind is, it's where you go up to do a 50-50 and you angle your board towards the ledge. So I was like, screw it. Like, I'm going to try it a couple times. My second try, I lock into it and I like tried to kick the board out from under me. And like, when you have new grip tape on a board, it tends to stick to you more.
Mm-hmm.
The board did not move. And I was like, I'm going to break my ankle. I was like, here it goes, my ankle. And I landed on the board and I rolled away. And my friend Aaron was like, dude, what the hell? And I was like, I, I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, skateboarding is, uh, I miss it so much, man. Like, I wish I had more time to do it. Like, I like seeing like I watch those YouTube videos sometimes and like reminisce. I'm like, those were like some of the best years of my life. Like, hanging out with, Sam, who hopefully is on this stream at some point. Like, and all my friends who I used to skate with, like, yes, we all live in different states now, but like we still talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we would skate from like 10 o'clock in the morning till like 2 a.m.
Wow.
every day over the summer. Like, we were the park rats. Like, we would go to the parks or go street skating, like buy jugs of water at 7-Eleven and take the bus from, Essex Fells, New Jersey down to like North Caldwell, or like get one of our parents to drive us. They would leave us there all
Yeah.
day. They would leave us there all day. And we'd buy like massive jugs of water. We'd buy Monster, like when Monster was like still a really huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was some of the best days of my life. Like, I miss those days like more than anyone will understand, because I was like, I didn't have a care in the world and I did what I loved. But like, being an adult also has its benefits. Like, you have access to adult money, but like, I miss skateboarding. Like, when I landed my first kickflip, and I was the skateboarder who like kickflips were literally impossible for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I just could never figure them out. It was, and I used to get a lot of for that. Like, a lot of the local skateboard kids, like at Livingston Skate Park, like if they're watching, guys, but they used to give me a lot of for not being able to kickflip. Like, oh, you've been skateboarding for 2 years and you still can't kickflip. Like, you can't even do a stair set. And I was like, I don't care what y'all say.
Yeah.
So one day, it was actually Go Skateboarding Day, like 2013 maybe, or 2014, somewhere around that general area. My friend Brad, who like he still skates. Like, he skates every day to this day. Like, this man's doing like switch laser flips and crazy stuff now. And he was like, you're landing a kickflip today. I was like,
No choice.
all right. I was like, all right. So after like the 4 or 5 hour session we had, he's like, we're going to the tennis courts. I'm like, is it time? He's like, you're going to land a kickflip. Took me about half hour. And my friends were like, you got it. You got it. Come on, just do it. And then I was like, all right, I'm doing it right here. I pushed on my board. I flicked and I lifted my legs like so far up they were into my chest, stomped it. And like, they just like no
Nuts.
sound ran over to me and just tackled me. And they were all like, yes, finally. And then I started practicing them.
Yeah.
Like, the thing about skateboarding that I love, and especially like with streaming too, is like, it is so much more fun with your friends.
Oh yeah.
It is so much more like, I think the thing that has driven me away from skateboarding is because I can't do it with the people I originally did it with. Like, that's like, I was like, because you can only skate by yourself for so long and then you get kind of bored. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, every person that does skateboard will tell you the same thing. Like, it's so much more fun when you're with your friends. Like, I want to do it a lot more, and I'm going to do it. And like, maybe I'll make more IRL content on it because I did love really doing that.
Mhm.
But my God, was it annoying as hell to edit? It was
Oh, I'm
so
sure.
much footage. Like, it would be like a 20-minute video, and I would have like 5 hours of footage from that damn. Like, I can't use all of this.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we filmed a documentary called Jersey Dreams. It actually did pretty well on YouTube, like a long time ago, and that was like one of my favorite projects I've ever done. Like, filming that was a different experience. It was like, because this is like me and my friends, like, whenever they come and visit me, like, we always watch it.
Yeah.
Like, Sam will be like, we gotta watch it. We're gonna watch it. I'm like, we're watching Jersey Dreams. He's like, we're watching it right now. Put it on. So it was like just a little documentary about like me and my friends, like how we started skateboarding, and it was like it's like super dramatic and super colored and stuff like that. But we loved doing it, and we loved it. We loved every moment of it. Like, it's memories that I would never trade, like,
Well,
for the world.
and it kind of goes back to what we were talking about before, where we were kind of reminiscing of when we were kids and playing, video games with your
Yeah.
friends. Like, there's a lot of games that I remember from being young and being like, I love this game, and I've like either gotten, they re-released it or something, and I've gotten it and I've started playing, and I'm like, man, this was so much more fun when I was little. I'm like, I
Oh
know I'm
yeah.
older, but like what? And I remember it's like, well, you never played that game alone. You're always
No,
with
never.
like your best friend sitting in a basement, like competing. And, and I grew up, sports was everything. So,
Oh
being,
yeah.
competitive and, you did, you were best friends, but neither of you wanted to walk out of that basement the loser. So it was always,
You didn't want to go like 0 and 300 that night because that's how many games you and your friends would play.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, so I know you mentioned Shadowpoint earlier, and as you said, you are the CEO of Shadowpoint Gaming. So tell us, what is Shadowpoint all about?
So it's I told this story last night, and it was kind of crazy telling this story because like me and my girlfriend stayed with a couple of friends for the past 2 days because she had to take her MCAT. So
Oh
that
yeah.
was crazy, and that she went in that test at like 2 p.m. to get out to like 10.
Oh,
It's a long test.
that's a long
So
test.
they were like, "What is it all about?" And the same question that you said. Shadowpoint was a joke to start out. It was a joke. Like me and a bunch of my idiot friends who all of them.
Hmm.
We were sitting in a Discord one night, and I think we were sitting in a Discord one night because we were pissed off because we were tired. We were trying to team stream, and we couldn't because you can't make a team on Twitch unless you're a partner.
Yep.
I was like, that's freaking like, why do they make us do that? So we were like, we should just start our own team. Like, we're just gonna start our own team. Like, screw it. Like, let's just do it. And we did.
Mhm.
And it was literally supposed to be like, Shadowpoint was supposed to be a group of people who wanted to make it as streamers and would strive and motivate each other, and we would just be a clan. It did not work out that way. There was a point where I was getting 2 to 3 DMs a day from people asking to join.
Wow.
And they're like, I want to be part of something that is not all about the money and not all about like just making it as a streamer. Like, they want to make an impact. And I was like, okay, so a lot of people feel this way. So why don't we just start our own thing? And we were like, yeah, why the hell not? So we made the Discord. I reached out to you. I reached out to you the day after we made the Discord. I remember I reached out to you. I reached out to a bunch of other people in the group chat we were in. And a lot of them said no because they wanted to pursue their like individual careers, which I was totally okay with. I was like, yeah, no, totally. Like, if you guys ever want to like come over, we'd be grateful if you would. The ideas strived from the group chats we were put in. Like, when everyone, like, those group chats that you and me are in are like got me like 50 followers on Twitch.
Yeah.
And like all the posting that we all did, like, I met a lot of people, like Desert Whale, who did the graphics for this.
Yep.
Yeah, I asked Desert Whale to join, and she was like, "Not my thing." And I was like, "Oh, that's fine. That's totally okay." So, and then when we started getting traction, I actually met our new vice president, Chris. He joined my fraternity. And me not knowing that this kid is a super nerd, like, he plays Valorant full time and stuff like that. he was like, I want it and I have people for you. And I'm like, okay. So that's when I met Shaggy, Tengu, Matt,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Kairos and everybody else from that friend group. You know, we just started a movement, and it is a movement. The movement is, and the whole point of Shadowpoint is we want everyone to be a part of something that they're proud of being a part of and that they can have a say in what happens.
Mm-hmm.
My issue that I've always had with everything is that people are not given a chance to show what they are made of. And if Shadowpoint turns out to be like a farm system where we can get people in like Phase and 100 Thieves, I'm okay with that.
Yep.
Because I want everyone to succeed in what they love doing. If their passion is as big as ours, then they embody that everything that this organization is about. The org is about not only helping each other to get to where we need to be, but making sure that we are all set for the rest of our lives. And yes, money is a thing. Unfortunately, that's how the world works. And I hope we make a lot of money, but I wanted to get Shadowpoint to a point where we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Where we can make content and entertain people and people want to come watch our streams. Like, my biggest problem I have with the streaming industry is, yes, is streaming Warzone a lot of fun? Yes, but there are so many other games and so many other markets that are untouched and that could produce, like, esports is $1 billion business. It could be $1 trillion business. And that is where we are going to strive, is where we give the little guy the opportunity to show us what he's made of. Like, some dude's streaming, like, if say for example a streamer is streaming, you know, the first Legend of Zelda game, and nobody is watching him, we will pick him up if he entertains the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
That is what Shadowpoint should be. It should not be about your viewer count, how much money you're pulling in, or how many views you're getting on YouTube, or, you know, how many views your TikTok gets. It should be about how you are as a person and how you are as a creator. Because I can tell you from experience, people like you, people like Kairos, people like Tengu, people like Chris, people like everybody in Shadowpoint and beyond, they make fantastic content that more people need to see.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where we are going to make it, is that we are going to give people the opportunity to show us what they are made of. And it hopefully gets to a point where we can give anybody that opportunity.
Yeah.
It, like, I don't want to be phase exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give people the opportunity to prove themselves. Like, yes, does phase do the phase 5 challenge? Yes. But I'm okay with recruiting 30 people if I know they're going to be beneficial for us and we're going to be able to help them. You know, I think a relationship has to go two ways. Like, they can benefit us by providing us great content, and we can help them get to where they want to be. And everybody wins in the end.
Yep.
Like, businesses like this should be 50-50 because, yes, are we funding them? Absolutely. But we are not the ones putting in the time to make that content. We're only funding them.
Yep.
That is where I draw the line. That's why I think, like, orgs like FaZe and 100 Thieves, I think that's where they fall. And, like, people need more of an opportunity because it's not like sports where, you know, you can go to a D1 college and you're only guaranteed a 25% chance to get onto an NFL team. Esports and content creation is an open season market.
Yep.
It is open season. And if I could give advice to anybody, and I haven't even made it yet, you have a chance.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody who does this has a chance. That is what Shadowpoint is about, is we want to give people who don't think they have that chance, that chance.
Mm-hmm.
That is the whole embodiment of what we are about. And yes, we're going to compete. Yes, we're going to sell merch. But at the end of the day, it's the message that matters, to me at least. Like, would I be okay living in $1 million house? Of course. But I would rather live in a house that I can sustain my family in and give people the opportunity to live comfortable. Mm-hmm. And also do what they love. Like, look at what happened with COVID.
Yeah.
Like, Twitch is blown up to a degree that nobody probably ever would have thought of because of COVID, and also the fact that people didn't have else to do.
Yep.
Like, look at all the PC gamers who were like, yeah, screw it, I'll start streaming. I got anything else better to do, and a lot of them have made it.
Yep.
Like it does not take a pandemic to get you to that point. It takes you to get you to that point. That's what a lot of people need to understand, man.
Yeah.
Like, you can make it. You just gotta try.
Back to that message of, you know, if you're not putting the content out, no one's ever going to be able to see it.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because now that things with COVID are getting better, you know, I don't know about you, but I've seen there's a lot of people that are kind of stepping away from the streaming game.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's sometimes somewhat sad to see because it is people that, you know, you may have, you know, even I've watched, you know, on and off for the last year during COVID, and now, you know, they're no longer doing it. But at the same time, it's obviously a good thing if they have other things going on that, you know, they'd rather do that's not sit in their house and play video games. But yeah, it's interesting because I do feel like the actual streamer pool is starting to get smaller right now. Whereas I think during COVID, it was kind of just every day it was expanding and expanding and expanding, and it seems like it's contracting and kind of going back down. So
which is a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens after summer.
Yeah.
So you kind of briefly brought this up, but thoughts on Warzone? And chat, this may be the time you want to lower the volume or step away to use the bathroom.
I don't even know where to freak this one, bro.
Well, let's ask this. Are you officially retired or are you coming back for the 50th time?
I'm retired until this thing is over and then I'm going to play because like all my friends still play it. Okay. I'm officially sort of maybe might retire depending on how good Battlefield is, but we'll cross that bridge.
You seem excited about Battlefield.
I'm excited, man. Oh my god! But Warzone. I loved it when it first came out. It has the Fortnite effect right now, and I think that's what's killing. Is Warzone was phenomenal when it came out. It was the most fun I've had in Call of Duty since BO2.
Wow.
And I was like, I hate battle royales. I hated battle royales. I still kind of hate them. But Warzone, I'm a player when it comes to gaming that I need to move fast. Like, that's why I don't really play like CSGO, and I play Valorant occasionally, like just because like I like to aim train on it. And also I think it's kind of fun. Like when I'm not wanting to W key through every single fight and like kind of take like a second and like kind of like want to play a game, like be competitive, but also like not have to move at like, 100 miles an hour. I play Valorant. But Warzone to me, I have a very hard love-hate relationship with it because I love it. And the thing is, Activision is actively tanking this game. And it's not because of the cheaters. It's not because of the, campers. It's because they don't give a shit. That is the bottom line. The hackers can be fixed.
Yep.
Implement a better even implement the most minimal.
Anti?
It could be like, your PC, like you have to install like easy anti-cheat to play this game. I don't understand why they don't do that. And people are like, oh, it's because it's harder to do it on Warzone. No, it's not. No, it's not. It is not. If Apex and Fortnite can do it, you guys can do it too. Well, they're like, but it's really hard in 150 player lobbies. I'm like, you're going to tell me the anti-cheat software is not developed enough to handle 150 players in a lobby.
50 more players and it dies.
Have you guys heard of Battlefield?
Yeah.
It's absolutely mind-blowing to me that people make these excuses. And it goes to like the broken guns. Are they just not testing the game before they release it? Like, look at Cold War. Cold War's broken. And I think it was Modern Warzone who tweeted this. They said that Cold War has the lowest player base since Infinite Warfare, and it's worse than Infinite Warfare. And I said to my chat, and I was like, people were like, there's no way that's true. I'm like, let me tell you all something. Infinite Warfare sucked, but it did not have campers. That is the bottom line. I was like, and I firmly believe it is easy to fix the camping problem. You can either implement something like if you sit in a corner for 10 to 15, 20 seconds, you should blip on radar like really quickly. That makes it more competitive and eliminates the camping problem. Or take Ghost out.
Yep.
Take it out.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't belong in modern day Call of Duty. It doesn't belong in modern day Call of Duty. There is nobody stopping them from taking that perk out.
Yep.
There's absolutely nobody stopping them. It's ruining the game. Like, Ghost was good when everyone was running around the map and you didn't want to get spotted by a UAV. Like, they could also do something like Ghost is only allowed on sniper classes. It's like, yes, snipers kind of break the boundaries of camping because in like competitive Call of Duty, you kind of have to camp with a sniper. You can't really quick scope with the sniper in competitive. So I guess that's okay, but they are actively tanking this game. And I'm telling you, if they take out Verdansk and put a Pacifica type World War II map in and take out all the Modern Warfare guns, it's over.
Yeah, I've been wondering that myself. When the next game comes out, what is their plan going to be with Warzone?
If it's World War II, I think Call of Duty is officially dead. Because nobody, especially after Vanguard or especially after World War II, the last one that came out, wants to play that. Yeah. I don't want to play that.
Yeah,
I do not want to
definitely be interesting to see where the future goes. And I think where Fortnite kind of got it right, and I feel like Warzone, and I'm not the biggest Warzone player. I enjoy jumping in there every once in a while.
Yeah.
But, you know, Fortnite with all the collabs that they do, and you know, you can't say that they're not constantly changing and updating and bringing more things that at least gets people a little bit excited. And
yeah.
I kind of
their events are amazing to watch.
That was industry changing.
Yeah.
And you've seen other, you know, Destiny try to do it, you know, Warzone has done it. But I do kind of joke with the last update that everybody was super psyched about. You know, they changed the tile on the floor in the buildings, and that was kind of, you know, the biggest change. So
like Verdansk is exactly the same.
Yeah,
it's exactly the same. Like, yes, they added a bunch of different POIs, but like, I still don't play it. Like, I play Rebirth. I think
Rebirth is fun.
Rebirth is great. It's 60 players. You get a bunch of games in like 2 hours, and you can't really camp in that mode.
Yeah.
Like, yes, of course there's going to be campers in the houses and stuff, but the thing I love about Rebirth is when you kill somebody on the opposing team, whether they are ghosted or not, they come up on your radar.
Mm-hmm.
They have the fix in the game.
I just need to move it over.
They have the fix. Put it in Verdansk, and you will have some very happy people.
Yeah.
And like the whole, like, you know, the thing is, like, yeah, you also have the problem of like a squad of 4 sitting in a house, but like the problem becomes less big.
Especially with the actual like Rebirth game method, right? So, you know, if you run into a campers, well, if as long as you're still in that timeline and one of your teammates survives, you know, now you have potentially 4 people that know where you're at. So like, yeah, you may still be camping, but you could be in trouble because you might be getting flashed or just having 4 people come attack you.
What Chris said to me not too long ago about battle royales is like the battle royale does not start until the final circle. And I was like, he's right. And I was like, and that's why people love Rebirth. Yep. I was like, Rebirth, the game does not start until Rebirth is disabled. When Rebirth is disabled, it is game time. That's when you lock it in and you go for the win. So when Rebirth is disabled, you don't get a second chance. And I think that having respawning in a battle royale like Rebirth is awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It could turn the tide of any game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised that like World Series of Warzone didn't have a Rebirth section. Like, if you go on like the COD tracker, more people are playing Rebirth than Verdansk by like almost 1 million.
Wow, I did not know that.
That is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Like, I remember waiting like 5 or 6 minutes to queue into a Rebirth game, and I queue instantly now.
Oh yeah, I've never had issues queuing lately.
And it is so much. It's so much fun.
It is. I think the smaller map helps too.
Like, and like, yes, it pisses me. Like, yes, the game mode gets annoying. It pisses me off. I get crushed some days, and some days I drop kill records. But the thing is, Rebirth is like a drug to me. I don't know why I can't drop it. Rebirth is the only thing that is making me not. If Rebirth wasn't in Warzone, I would have been off Warzone months ago.
Yeah.
Months ago.
All right. Well, we'll try to get you a little less angry and not talk about
Yeah.
Warzone anymore. But we're going into kind of a quick round. So what I want from you here is I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want a quick answer and a kind of quick short answer. We're going to run through some of these. Some of these are kind of funny, but we'll see how they go. So first one, it's one that I hear a lot of people ask, but is cereal soup?
No.
How do you feel about pineapple on pizza?
Hate it.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Akira.
Does the toilet paper go over or under? And there is a right answer, by the way.
I'm going to say over.
Good. That is, if you look at the patent for toilet paper, the patent is drawn with the toilet paper over. So anyone out there who's put their toilet paper under, you're doing it wrong.
You're wrong.
Superhero ability you could have if you had one.
Can I put an anime character into that?
Sure.
Sharingan, move at the speed of light, or flash step.
Gotcha. Do you know how to read?
Yes.
Good. If someone asked you to be your apprentice to learn everything you know, what was the first thing you would teach them?
If we're talking like streaming,
just anything.
Oh no, anything. I would tell them to not give about what people think about you.
It's a good one.
That's the first thing I would teach them.
What animal would you be reincarnated as?
Lemur.
Interesting.
Lemur.
All right, so that gets you through the quick question part of this. thought that would be a little fun. Awesome. So now, just one last thing, man, and then I'll let you get going because I know you have some Warzone games to get
Chat's
mad at.
Loving this right now. Chat's like, this is great, dude.
Awesome. I'm glad. So throw some questions at me, man.
Oh, I got some. All right. I think the first question I would ask you is like, why did you say yes to joining Shadowpoint when I brought it to you?
So it kind of goes to what you were saying earlier about like how much more fun things can be when you're with other people. And you and I had kind of started talking more around Destiny. I feel like everything goes back to Destiny.
We played a little bit too.
We did. So again, I started not stream, but I started playing PC because of Destiny, and I loved Destiny 2, and I was playing it. I mean, dude, I was running home from work on Fridays because we were,
me too, bro.
Running. I had a group that we were running raids with every Friday, and it went from the first raid taking us 12 hours one night. We still didn't beat it, but it was like 6 a.m. and we had started at like 6 the day before or night before. And we just gave up on it to the point where, we were running that first raid and like the second one they put out in one night in like 2 hours, and we just do it every Friday. And I had a blast with it. And then, I think with the way Destiny goes, people tend to get Destiny tends to struggle with like the constant content to keep people engaged. Yeah. So everyone I played with kind of stopped playing, and I still was kind of really enjoying it. And I got to a point where like I didn't have anyone to play with anymore. So I actually stopped playing it, not because I didn't enjoy it.
I'm trying to get back into it, dude. I'm on the way back in. I've been playing like 5 to 10 hours a week now. So if you want to play, I have a bunch of other people who are interested in playing. Like I have 2 people who I made start the game. So like I'm trying to get a raid team together. I'm trying to get a trials team together.
Yeah, we gotta do it. And I just do it. So, but to me, like I do like gaming. There's a lot of gaming I like to do. Like I like playing some solo player games, but I do enjoy a lot more of this type of thing, interactions. So getting the opportunity to like have a group of people that were kind of going after the content creation thing like I was, just seemed like something for me that was like, hey, like this is a group of people that will understand what I'm going through, and people I can talk to and bounce ideas off of, and and maybe get some games in, and that kind of, and then like I said, with us talking ahead of time and just knowing a little bit about you, it just made me say, hey, like let's give this a shot.
Oh yeah, I feel the same way as you do. Like it's fun.
Yep.
I have a great question. I always ask people this question. If you could go to a concert and you have 5 acts, dead or alive, who would they be?
I see. I don't know if I could give you 5.
All right,
So
give me 3. If you
so
can't give me
so
5, give me 3.
everyone who knows me in real life, and not that this isn't real life, but knows that I'm by far probably one of the biggest Eminem fans there is out there. So I've seen him twice now in concert. I've been lucky enough to, and if you've never been to a concert and you have the opportunity to see Eminem in concert, go. If you want to hear an artist that will sound just like they do on the album and it's not a backtrack, he's the guy. I mean, he's just amazing. And both times I've seen him has been with other acts. So the first time I saw him, it was Eminem and Jay-Z, and 50 was there, D12 was there. Like, they brought out, it was like a 9. I don't know. It started with B.O.B. opening, who did like almost a full concert. Then Jay-Z did a full concert. Then they stopped, took all Jay-Z's stage off and put Eminem's on, and then Eminem did a full concert. So we were there for it was like 6, 7. It was so long, but it was such a good concert. And then the second time I saw him was with he did a concert series with Rihanna when they had the song Monster out. So definitely Eminem.
That's awesome.
I would love to go to a Meatloaf concert, and I know that probably comes out of nowhere, but my dad used to listen to Meatloaf when I grew up. So when I was little, that's like what my dad always had in the car. So I feel like that would be a fantastic concert. And then another person that I've seen that I was supposed to go to a concert with my girlfriend, she bought me tickets for Christmas, I think it was. But then he had to cancel due to COVID, is NF, another rapper. But I've seen NF like 4 times now.
That's crazy, yeah.
And I saw him like before he kind of blew up in the mainstream, and we're talking like really small arenas, like arenas where like I saw him in New York City in a spot. I forgot the name of it, but it was like Biggie had performed there before.
Oh my God.
Like all these people like before they got big had all performed there, and it was pretty cool. Except for the fact that it felt like the floor was going to collapse when everybody started jumping up and down. But other than that, we were okay. But probably those 3. Those are the top 3 that would come to my mind.
My mom asked me this, and I told her, I was like, Jackson 5, The Temptations, MF Doom, Wu-Tang Clan, and if I had to pick like a modern day rapper, I'd probably say Mac Miller.
Oh, yeah.
Love Mac, bro. He's like that. Mac Miller was like one of he is probably my favorite artist of all time. Like, other than Porter Robinson, he's my favorite artist of all time, because like there is not a single song that I've ever heard by him that I don't like.
Yeah.
Like, even like I have all of his underground stuff. Like Pet Sounds is like the funniest song he's ever put out, and I listen to it on like a daily basis. Like, that song is hilariously funny, and I was like, but it bangs.
Yeah.
It bangs. Like when the beat comes on, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, it's awesome.
And I hear Kanye's like amazing in concert. So
I've heard he's fantastic, and I was like, I'm not a huge Ye fan. Like, I own a lot of his merch, but like I'm not a huge fan of him. I just like his merch. I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I'm basic with music. Like if I'm listening to music, it's probably Eminem. Like there's, if you're in my car, you're hearing Eminem, or if depending on if the parents are in the car, it's probably NF just because he doesn't curse. But I've always liked his music, but I'll go to concerts even if I don't really like the person, just because the live music is just hits different when you're with all those people. So
I'd say, all right, I got one more.
Go for it.
If you could only play one video game for the rest of your life, which one would it be?
Oof.
I can tell you mine straight out the gate.
So trying to think, because like most of the ones that come to mind aren't even games I play right now or haven't played in a while.
I say like the 2 that I would pick, Destiny the Collection. If it was D1 and D2 completely through,
you need a whole
or
PC.
Smash. I could play Smash for the rest of my life. And I'm not that good at it.
Mine would probably Halo. So I'm gonna kind of cheat. I'd probably go with Mario, just because there's so many. Like, so my cheating is
that's fair.
I want the whole
like
Mario
Nintendo.
I want fair. Like Mario Party and Mario Maker and
Kart, Like,
and partly that because those are like, you know, even my girlfriend loves playing Mario, and you know, I feel like there's endless fun you could have with Mario. And you know, so that's probably the one I'd go with.
oh yeah, no, I agree with you. I'd probably. It's funny that you said Mario because I didn't think about it like that. How many games that? Because that counts as Smash. Mario's in Smash. You can play Smash.
I'll not put Smash on my list for cheating by just saying Mario, but I'll go with at least the games that have his name in it. But yeah, I mean, there's just endless amount of things that you could do to take up your time. So
if Titanfall had more games, I'd throw Titanfall on that list. And like Apex is great. I love Apex, but there needs to be a Titanfall 3. Yeah. There has to be. Like, one day, you know, I say my prayers every night that hopefully we'll get TF3 tomorrow, but it won't happen. But yeah.
So real quick, I know you're looking forward to Battlefield. I know Halo. Are you looking for? You gotta be looking forward.
Oh my god, I can't wait for Halo Infinite. I wanted one thing from them: take the jetpacks out. And what did they do? They took them out.
Yep.
And now I'm excited because I saw the grappling hook. People need to go away from the original Halo. It is over. Why the f do you think they made the Master Chief Collection? Because all the people don't want to play the modern Halo games to go play them for the rest of eternity on that and be happy. It is time for the new era to thrive. And I think the grappling hook is great because it's going to make a lot of plays that usually will get you killed in Halo. It's going to give everyone a fighting chance. I think as long as the grappling hook doesn't do damage to another person, like you can't just like spam it. If it's only for picking items up, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I think Battlefield is going to thrive because they took a lot of time to make it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to release it unless it's ready. It's only multiplayer focus, and that sucks for the people who like the story mode, but we need a good multiplayer game. There's really not that many good multiplayer games out right now, like at all.
I just hope it matches like their trailers, because their trailers are like more like movies, cinematic type trailers. So I just hope the gameplay matches what the
I knew they were gonna do this one right when the scene in the trailer of the guy ejecting and sniping the other plane out with the rocket launcher. When they put that in, and I saw the reaction of the guy who did that for the first time on his Twitch channel, I was like, this is going to be a good game.
All right, man. Well, that's what I had for you. Again, just really, really appreciate you coming out and doing this.
Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
No, this is a ton of fun. So I really appreciate it. And, man, I hope you have a great night, and I hope you get some wins on Warzone there.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me tonight. This was amazing. And Evil, thank you, bro. Love you, man. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Of course. Thanks, Fusco.
Yep.
Talk to you.
Peace out, guys.